Hey Pisces, card here. And then we'll see what's going on for Pisces for reconciliation. And again, just to be clear, because I've had questions about it, this isn't a full, this is, you guys are going to be together. This isn't a, you'll never be together. This is, let's just see what the energies have to say on their own. All right, so you have masculine coming up as your oracle card, which talks about your abilities being at the peak, and you need to focus on your objectives. So if you're needing, and masculine can often mean asking for help or looking for help in the right directions or making move in the right directions. There's a masculine and a feminine in this deck, and they both represent not necessarily a man or a woman, but you know, masculine meaning it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to not have to be so strong, and not meaning that women aren't strong by any means. It's just the way the card rumbles, okay, in this particular deck, which I absolutely love, by the way. This talks about, you know, you may even need to go to like a paternal figure, or a maternal figure, or get advice from somebody, you know, a brother or sister or somebody, in that aspect. But this just, again, talks about focusing on your objectives, where you see yourself going, where you want to be, etc. Now, the first two cards you have here are your head and your heart. You have the Hierophant card, okay, as your head, and your heart is the Ace of Cups. So the Hierophant is often self-improvement. Where have I gone over the past few months? What have I done to improve my quality of lifestyle, or where I see myself fitting in? It's basically the card of asking yourself, would I date myself? Would I date me? The Hierophant also represents Taurus, so you could be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus placements in your chart. But this is about, again, becoming consistent in some sort of routine or practices, or where you see yourself going. Like if, you know, everything's always been chaos in your life, you're finally putting things in some sort of order, or you know what you want. If you know, used to go to bed super late and you want to go to bed super early, or if you know, like gain 30 pounds and you want to lose the weight, whatever it is, the Hierophant card talks about self-improving. Again, it's that old, and I've said this before if you've been to my channel, somebody once said to me he had been looking for a wife for a long time, and he met a woman and they got married, but it took him several years. And somebody distinctly asked him, I remember the day, like it was yesterday, you know, how did you come about this? Because you've been searching for years and years, and you were looking and nothing ever kind of came about. And he said, I finally looked at myself and said, would I date me? And that was huge eye-opening for him, and it really resonated with a lot of us, because instead of looking at it like, well, who do I want to date, or who would I pick, or who's good enough for me, or whatnot, it was, holy shit, I have some things to think about in terms of who I want to be and what I'm projecting, what I'm putting out there. Now, your heart is the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is love, it's attraction, it's friendship. It could build off of friendship. Now, this could be new love, or this could be an old love coming in. I do have to say, I feel as though it's an old love. There's an old love. There might even be both. Maybe you're interested in somebody new and you can't get somebody from your past off your mind, because this definitely does involve a past person. And I'll tell you why. It's coming up with the Temperance here and the Three of Pentacles, but we'll get to that in a minute. The Ace of Cups, again, though, is a very loving card. So it's almost as if, Pisces, you're ready. This is saying, okay, I'm ready. In my heart, I'm ready to love again, love a new person, love somebody from the past. Either way, you're open, and I think it's because you've done a lot of work. And even if it's not, like, hey, I went and, you know, did my hair and hit the gym and whatever, it could just be spiritually or emotionally, or maybe you had certain, you know, things you needed to change about yourself. Maybe you were overindulging, or whatever the case may be. You've put some work into this, and you've put some thought into what exactly love means to you and what it is to have somebody by your side. Now, the person you're dealing with, their head is the Three of Cups, and their heart is the Five of Wands. The Three of Cups represents celebration, happiness, getting together with people, having something to celebrate. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean they're out dating a bunch of people. It could mean they're dating, could mean that they're just kind of footloose and fancy free, kind of carefree right now. I do get the sense, though, that they've been kind of waiting to see what you're up to, or they're interested still in what you're, what you're all about. So they're not tying down to anybody in essence. They're not completely moving into a solid relationship, or maybe not even looking for something solid. They just want to enjoy life as much as you can right now with everything that's going on, and being, in the quarantining and social distancing and all of that. The Three of Cups is just somebody who's like, you know what? I just want to be happy. I just want to do what I want to do and enjoy life. But there is some sort of, they're very strongly telling me this person still has you like on the back of their mind, because I'm hearing like back burner, but it's more not that they're waiting to see what you're doing. If you want to come forward to them, or if you want to be with them, they would be open to it. But if you don't, they're not like damaged by it. Does that make sense? It's almost as if enough time has passed, or different things have happened between you guys, that you can move forward if you need to, but there's still a really strong connection here. And then the Five of Wands is priorities. It's competition. It's chaos. So in their heart, they're having a hard time, because for some of them, they do want to move on. They want to be done with this, Pisces. They want to stop thinking about you. They want to get over that hump with you, but they're still thinking about you. And so there's like a competition in their heart. Part of them wants to move into the world phase, which is a final completion and ending, to move on to a new cycle. And then part of them is kind of like, I'm very much having a hard time moving forward from this, because once they were a big priority, Pisces was a big priority of theirs, and they're not quite sure how to how to move forward, or how to move on. So they're feeling a little chaotic about what to do on this. Now, this is the present section, and you have Temperance and the Three of Pentacles. The Temperance card is Sagittarius, so you may have Sagittarius placements, or you may be dealing with the Sagittarius. But the Temperance talks about patience, moderation, balance. This is what you're kind of dealing with. A lot of you Pisceans have like come strides. They're telling me big time, like you made some big changes, or you're loving yourself more, giving yourself more respect, and in turn realizing what you deserve, or what you want out of life, versus what you thought you did, or versus what almost like you don't need anybody, you want somebody. And there's a huge difference between that. And the Temperance card says, with patience and being practical, you will either find somebody new, or this past person and you can kind of come together under maybe a different circumstance, not so dramatic, or without the distrust issues or the insecurity issues. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which either means you're kind of third partying it. So you maybe are dealing with a new person, but thinking about a past person. Maybe you're dealing with a few new people. Maybe you're dealing with a few past people. But the Three of Pentacles can also mean teamwork, success, and it may just mean that, this needs to be a team operation. If you guys are to get back together, it needs to be teamwork. It needs to be something that you guys do, with a fresh, relationships take work. And now we see, kind of where we went wrong, or where things didn't work correctly, or work for us correctly. And therefore, if we want to make something happen, we need to slow it down and be patient, and allow each other to feel and understand and listen to each other's needs and wants and feelings and whatnot. But again, the Three of Pentacles also represents a third party. So you could be dealing with somebody that you were in a third party with. They either had the third party or you did. And that's either coming to an end, or it's something that you've been worried about. You're still thinking, shoot, I wonder. This also makes me feel like, Pisces, for some of you, even if there wasn't a third party involved before, you're convinced, like, hey, this person's already dealing with somebody, or this person already has, somebody in their midst. So I don't really know that I want to get involved. Maybe you've heard that they are seeing somebody, or maybe you've heard that, they're getting married, or there's something going on for this person, which would, put you kind of in the mix, and you're not sure you want to go that direction. Now, their present situation is the Page of Swords and the World. The Page of Swords is news coming. News coming. So either this person's contacting you or you'll be contacting them. Since it's on their side, for some of you, you may be contacting them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. It may just mean things are going to be crystal clear. Basically, there's going to be no doubt left in either of your minds. So there's something coming in, but it also talks about embracing a change. So let's say you do contact them or they contact you. It's going to be like a whole new playing level. It's going to be on a whole new, wherever you left off or whatever happened between the two of you, you guys cannot coexist that way ever again. It just won't work. And so there needs to be that mindset of, if you guys communicate, and I do feel there will be communication. I don't know how far pressing it will be, because there is still some insecurities here based on this future, and we'll get to that in a second. Now, closing out for them, the present, they have the World card, and the World card is abundance and satisfaction. This is also, again, a first completion, or not a first completion, a final completion before the cycle starts over. So they may be getting over some things in their lives. For some of them, I feel like they're waiting for you to make the connection. So I don't know if there was something that happened on your side that was disappointing. Maybe you made the break. Maybe you ghosted them. Maybe you blocked them. So for some reason, it does feel as though they're kind of waiting for you to come towards them. But they may also jump forward and go ahead and, jump with 2 feet in and contact you. But the World card is a new cycle, or wanting a new cycle. It does seem as though they could possibly want this new cycle, with you. Now, the future cards coming out here, you have the 3 of Wands, which the 3 of Wands is partnership, planning, growth. So this does put you in a position of potentially being with somebody, whether it's new or old. That's the major factor going on here. Most signs have been, one way or the other, or a little bit of a mix, but yours is definitely somebody here that's going to be present. Whether it's old or new is going to be the story, again, because you could have that third party energy. But the 3 of Wands is planning a future with somebody. So you do want to plan a future with somebody. It's just, is it the past or the present? The 6 of Wands talks about success, achievement, pride. You will be successful in finding what it is you want, even if it is with this past person. It's just going to take some time, and it's going to take that clear-headedness, like I said, that it's going to take, like with this Page of Swords, that clean slate, being able to start things new without, bunches of crap in the past. But you have the 7 of Wands here and the 7 of Swords here, or this other person does. 7 of Wands talks about defense, strategies, priorities. So this person's on the defense, Pisces. So either something happened again, you blocked them, you disappeared, there was cheating, there was something going on. Like I said, this can be reversed. If you don't believe this is your section, then this is your section. But for some reason, this person, on their side, is having a hard time trusting you, or is having a hard time feeling as though they can trust you. Or again, it can be vice versa, because you have the 7 of Swords too, and the 7 of Swords is manipulation, it's strategy, it's somebody feeling as though they can't trust this situation. Or maybe it could even just be separation anxiety. Maybe you guys have been separated for a long time, and now somebody's communicating with somebody, and there's this essence of, but I have no idea what you've been up to, and I just don't know how we could trust each other. It could be very much a back and forth energy, although Pisces, you're really wanting some sort of stable relationship, something that you can feel good about, something that you can feel that pride with. That may be why this masculine is coming up, in the fact that the objectives are there, right? And so this is saying, you know what you want, so go for it, whatever it is. However, this person may not be as quick to jump because there's something holding them back. Now, it doesn't even mean that you did anything. It could also just mean that they're insecure, period, or that they've had bad experiences, or that they've had bad relationships, and so they have a tendency to be speculative, or to be, not speculative. Now I just drew blank, but I know exactly what word I'm talking about. Basically cautious about, suspicious almost, about people that come towards them. And since there's been a distance here, one of you is feeling a little more with the wall up, the blockage, than the other. So it'll be interesting, Pisces. I do feel like there will be communication. There will be some things going on. But whether it's going to be new or old or both, it really feels like there could be a position of both. Maybe you were dating, you've been dating people, you thought maybe there was a potential for long-term relationship, that didn't work out. Now you're really thinking about this past person, thinking, you know, there's a possibility that this is the one, or vice versa. They're feeling the same way. Because there is, like I said, this connection here, but it feels like it's been distant for a while. And on top of that, neither one of you are like quick to jump into. There's nothing here that's like full force ahead to move into something, something super serious with anybody else, and even more cautiously kind of tiptoeing with each other at this point. So there will be some sort of communication. It just may be, you know, baby steps.